It's Shalom, Shalom, the Star of Souls, by giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem, El Shai. Double honor to the apostles of GMS and honesty brothers doing work in truth, war, sincerity. On this one, I'm just going to talk about, the doctors that these people trust, right? This is a doctor that, this is an actual campaign. It says, give your throat a vacation, smoke a fresh cigarette. Right, this is just a reminder for everyone that trusts in Esau's system, that trusts in that trust in the medical system, right? In fact, since I said that, let me just pull this up. Right, it says Isaiah 31:1. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. Right, in modern day Egypt, when you read Revelation 11:8, modern day Egypt is pursuing to the land there, America, man. Representative, really, of Esau's power. Basically, Esau. It's basically woe to them that go down to Esau for help, right? And stay in horses and trust in chariots, because there are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh, right? Because you get all of our people, and I know we all know an auntie, an uncle, a grandparent, a parent, that's gone to Esau for medication, quote unquote, really for death serums, and then have ended up being, fucked over, man, screwed with. I knew a guy, his granddad got, basically, he went to the doctors, had heart issues and that, and then they basically gave him, a drug that he was allergic to, and he had a heart attack, or something like that. But he definitely gave him a drug that he was allergic to, this is just a reminder that Esau once said smoking is good for your health. Right now, would you trust a man that got it so epically wrong? Would you trust a man that goes around giving opioid related drugs, right, that's killing a whole load of people? Right, it says the opioid epidemic or opioid crisis is the rapid increase in the use of prescription and non-prescription opioid drugs in the US and Canada beginning in the late 90s. Right, so you had a program on the BBC, this guy Louis Theroux, and I'm pretty sure his stuff gets released in public domain and stuff, so you might be able to catch it over there in the States, but basically goes into a tiny town, it's somewhere over there in the States, I think near the tri-state area, where basically, man, a lot of people in that town are basically hooked on drugs, right? And they started from prescription drugs, man. Started on those prescription drugs, because Esau was just giving it out, and then now people are addicted to opium. It's like, no shit, of course they're gonna be addicted, right? And then Esau makes it such that these niggas be doing music talking about cough syrup this, cough syrup that, right? OxyContin, that's what I said it, right? But how can you trust a man that's got it so epically wrong, but then not trust the Lord, who's set out, how you should live your life? You set out how you should eat. You set out how you should plant. Right, set out what foods not to eat, because they end up giving you reasons to need to go to Esau. Right, but these times, like the scripture says, woe unto you, man, that go down to Esau for help, Egypt for help, man. Right, it says Sirach 12:10 says, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Right, people trusted him, and then they ended up getting cancer. Right, and this was part of Esau's poison as well, because if I'm not mistaken, they basically pushed women to smoke by saying some little slogan like, don't let a man tell you can't smoke. Right, basically pushing on that whole feminism shit, and then now you have a whole load of bitches that are, got throat cancer, got this cancer, that cancer. Right, their lungs are all fucked up and messed up. Now Esau will go around saying he cares about people, but if he was to say no more, no more cigarettes, that will only last a couple of months before they get back on the shelves, through lawsuits and counter lawsuits. You know, how can you trust a man that actually sells death in a box? And actually at one point said, this is good for you. Look, give your throat a vacation. This is a doctor here. Right? This is Habakkuk 2:5. It says, yea, also because he transgresseth my wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Right? Then you look at all the wars that Esau has gone to basically get all of these opiates, man, to get that opium. But that's what the the Afghanistan war was all about opium, man. Forgot whether it's the Afghanistan or Iraq war. I basically went over there, killed a whole bunch of Iraqis, right, takes the opium, right, and then sends his companies in there to basically rebuild, quote unquote, the town that he destroyed. Right, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and desires death, right, and cannot be satisfied. Right, so Esau's as death. Wherever he goes, he's killing people, man. As the next scripture, if I get it, Revelation 6:4 says, and there went out another horse that was red representing Esau, you know, because Esau is red, Edom. Right, it says, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the other. And if that's not Esau, who is it? Throughout the earth, you know, everyone's just doing what they're doing, but then Esau will come. I mean, you know, right, they were just a bunch of goat herders, man. Esau went over there, you know, dropped a whole bunch of bombs, killed a whole load of people. Right, says then that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Alright, so we finish up here. It says, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Right, so America's what you call it, a melting pot, as they say. You've got all nations over there. Everyone's wanting to go to America. Hell, you get what's that? That nigga even made a film coming to America, man. Right, but I'm gonna finish this one. Sirach 38 says, honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which he may have of him, for the Lord hath created them. Right, so if a brother's got that spirit, that what you call it, you know, to basically deal with the herbs and that, should honor him because the Lord hath created him. The Lord is the one that said, yo, I'm going to give this brother here that spirit to be able to go into the herbs and that. Right? But why do you need to honor a physician? Because opium isn't evil. Opium is a painkiller. However, you take too much opium, then you're addicted to it, which is what happened in the opioid epidemic. Right? You had a whole lot of people given opium-based drugs, and then they became addicted to those drugs. And then when they were quote unquote healed, they were completely addicted, and then end up going to non-prescription opiate drugs. And then that Louis Theroux documentary basically talked about how there is a synthesized opioid that's created in China, right, which is like 100 times stronger, which just basically burns off your receptors. So you just basically it was something like, if you watch the documentary, it goes into it, you know. But then I thought the so-called black man is the drug dealer, right? It says, for of the most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king, right? Because ultimately you can take all the herbs you want, right? But if you pray to the Lord and He doesn't want you to take that ailment or illness away from you, that is what it is, right? It says, the skill of the physician lifted up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration. Right? The Lord hath created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor him. Right? Like I'm saying, I remember when my great aunt was dying from cancer, and I was telling her, look, man, you want to do this, you want to do that. Did she listen to me? No. She listened to the same man that said smoking is good for you. She listened to the same man that pumped opium-based drugs onto people, made them addicted, made them into crack fiends. Right, they'd rather abhor that, you know, because you got a Sirach. Let me get it. You got Sirach 13:23 says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith, they extol it to the clouds. Yeah, this devil here goes around telling people, yeah, you Yeah, smoking's good for you, man. Oh yeah, these opium related drugs are good for you, man. These statin drugs are good for you. These vaccines are good for you. Yeah, give me your new baby and let me pump it with a shitload of toxins, a shitload of viruses that their body is not able to take yet. And then your baby starts having seizures and shit, pumping mercury. Mercury's poisonous. Everyone knows mercury's poisonous. The old style thermometers, it was always said, yeah, if that crash, hey, mercury's poisonous, man. These new energy efficient bulbs have mercury in it. They say if that shit breaks, you're supposed to air out that room and leave the room, man. Why? Because mercury's poisonous. Yeah, Esau will put it in your vaccine. Right? But Lord's already been edified. With that, I'm gonna say Shalom.